Inside the High School Huddle, along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. We get set for the 2025 football season. Today, we talk about the Guthrie Blue Jays. But first, let's hear from our great sponsor, the Red River Roofing.
Searching for a roofing company you can trust? Red River Roofing Siding and Windows has been protecting Oklahomans for a quarter century. Call today for a free inspection.
The Guthrie Blue Jays trying to repeat a year ago in a state championship game. Come short against Carl Albert. Everyone fell short against Carl Albert. 10-4 on the season. We knew Carl Albert was the cream of the crop, but we said there was 3 or 4 teams that can come through on the other side that can make it, and that team was the Guthrie Blue Jays. Now they dropped their first ever state championship game, so they're 4-1 in title games. But what a run it was last year.
Well, listen, these kids caught lightning in a bottle at the right time of year. Had some kids that developed throughout the year, really came on. You know, at the beginning last year, a lot of people forget this, 1 returning starter on defense.
Yeah.
1.
Kellen Herzl.
Kellen Herzl. He's a good one to have,
Yeah.
but and a stud, absolute stud, going to be a monster this year. But these kids just came on. Rice kept getting better and better, more confident, and I always think back to that catch the Blue Jays had with Rainwater with Jace making that. I think it's the second best catch I've ever seen in Jelsma Stadium or any game that the Blue Jays have played. Tremendous catch over by the pylon. You know, just sure-handed receiver, just a good football player. A lot of really good football players for the Blue Jays. A lot of them back. Lost 4 on offense last year. The bulk of that defensive team's back. Should be another really good season for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they should be in everybody's top 5. I'm not aware, but somewhere in the top 5. Ronnie, you know Guthrie's going to play defense.
Yep.
And they got a quarterback in Dalen Rice who split time last year with the Carlock kid, but it's his show this year.
Yeah, Dalen got a lot of development towards the end of the year, as you talked about, because towards the end of the year, he kind of took over that quarterback spot, and they used the Carlock kid as an athlete and kind of moved him around.
He's tough.
And he
Rice
is tough.
Tough kid.
But the thing about this Blue Jay team this year is this senior group. This senior group has been together their entire life, Little League together. I think they lost 1 game in junior high. So they're scrappy kids. They know how to play, know how to win. And to forget, big old Cooper Walters, 4-year starter, is back on the line as well this year.
Cooper.
Coaches are probably like, man, is that kid ever going to graduate?
Well, that's how we are. I asked Cooper, I said, what are you, 28?
Yeah.
I mean, Cooper's a great kid.
And there's another Walters coming.
Coming.
More coming.
But he's not a big guy. He's not going to be on the line.
No, he's going to be an athlete.
That's right. He's going to be all over the field. Yeah.
But, you know, Kellen Herzl, we've watched him throughout the years growing up and playing football, but I don't know if he's getting enough attention across the state.
I
agree.
You talk to Coach Dunn at Carl Albert, they know all about Kellen Herzl. We went to Duncan and visited with some of the Duncan coaches, and we don't have anybody looking like that running our hallways.
Well, Kellen is a man. Physically, he's a man. I think what makes Kellen so, and you know, it's hard for us because we've all known him his whole life and love the kid. He's just a tremendous kid. But he thinks so well on the field. I mean, he's physically talented, big, strong, smart, aggressive, but he is so smart on the football field. Great leader, without question, the leader of that defense. just a real stud. The defense is going to go as he goes. Yeah. Of course, the big uglies up front. You get that push up front with the D line. That frees up guys like Kellen to go be athletic and make plays. But you know, he's going to be a stalwart on that defensive side of the ball.
We're going to look at the season schedule, and we're going to have our prediction records. I will say this beforehand. I hope Guthrie goes 14-0 and beats OU in the SEC championship game, and then Ohio State in the national championship.
Right.
So I'm going to say that right now.
We all do.
Okay.
We all do.
Okay. All right. So here we go with our season records. Way too early prediction records. And we see the Guthrie Blue Jays will start the year off at Tuttle. Tuttle with an $18 million stadium. Guthrie's going to open that stadium up this year. Then the 3 home games after that with district play beginning with John Marshall. And then week 9, circle down there with Carl Albert. And then that week 10 game always determines where your playoff positioning is. So it's a fun schedule for the Jays.
Fun schedule for the Jays. I think Tuttle is the big early season test. You know, they lost a close one last year to Elgin in the 4A state championship game. Looked like they were going to get blown off the field.
Sure did.
And then settled in about halfway through the first quarter. And, man, what a ball game. And, of course, Elgin was so good last year. I had him being the best in 4A all year. Ronnie, you came along later.
And remember, Tuttle needed a last-second catch with about 16 seconds left to beat Guthrie.
Right.
A classic game.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be another classic ball game down there at Tuttle. I do have the Blue Jays winning that game. but I think it's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Ronnie, you got them going 9-1 with Phil as well.
Yeah, again, I think the bottom for the Blue Jays would be 8-2. And I think the best they could do, in my opinion, right now, without knowing anything how the season progresses, is 9-1. Obviously, in order for anybody to say that Guthrie can beat Carbers, you actually got to beat them sometime.
You do.
And so Guthrie will have an opportunity to beat them. I think Carbers not as good as they have been.
Correct.
On defensive side of the ball, because defense last year is the most dominant defense we've seen maybe ever in high school football.
Long time.
So they're going to pull back. Guthrie's going to play defense. You know they're going to play defense. They always play defense. And one thing about Kellen Herzl, just imagine if he ever got mad.
Has he ever been mad?
He's never been mad in his life. I've never seen him mad.
He's such a sweet kid.
Such a good kid.
He's a great kid.
He just has a different way he goes out, he handles his business. But he handles business.
Well, one thing I've always enjoyed about all the Herzl boys is at a young age, you sit down and talk to them, it's like you're talking to an adult. I mean, they're just they're just all great kids. But I think I feel a little differently than you. I was going. I mean, I've said this. Chris has heard me say this over the last couple of weeks. Carl Albert's coming back to the field a little bit. We play each other tough most years. I think Guthrie could beat Carl Albert.
Sure.
They'd have to have a perfect game.
Sure.
But I think they could this year.
Sure.
But I feel real confident at 9-1, and I think barring injury, you always got to, put that in there. Barring injury, I think this is the Guthrie team that, depending on how things line up, could find themselves back in the championship game.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I would have some questions on the offensive line. They got to mature, but having Cooper Walters as a 4-year starter does help there, and I think they'll figure things out. Now, this schedule is the same schedule they had last year, and they went 7-3.
Yep.
So I'm giving them a better game, a better record at 8-2 this year. And I think Carl Albert will be a tough one. It's a rival game. Anything can happen there. Tuttle on the road to begin the year. Tuttle in the state championship game a year ago. Got a new coach this year, and Coach Lance Manning, who's won games at previous schools as well. He'll have Tuttle ready to go. That'd be a tough game. I think Guthrie, Blanchard is what I'm talking about, the new coach, Coach Manning. But I think Guthrie has a good chance with Blanchard this year. At home.
Should have won that game last year.
Yeah.
Had 7 turnovers.
The Tuttle game will be a good one on the road. And then, as I mentioned, Coach Manning now at Blanchard.
Yes. I think the big thing for me, Chris, about Tuttle, number 11.
Cruz Campbell.
Number 11.
Oh, 11. McAdoo graduated?
McAdoo.
Yeah.
That kid's a difference maker.
Yep.
And then the other kid that transferred in and played wide receiver is no longer there.
C.J. Simon.
I mean, he's gone. So, there's some really key athletes that aren't playing for Tuttle this year. Guthrie, for the most part, to your point, that offensive line's got to come back a little bit, but I think they will. Chad does a great job with them. I think he'll get them in shape. But I think they're 9-1. Absolute worst case 8-2, but I think 9-1.
Cruz Campbell, quarterback for Tuttle. That's going to be a big deal for the Guthrie defense to try to stop him. He's a year stronger his junior year after transferring a year ago. He's one of the better quarterbacks in 4A football.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Guthrie went into Tuttle a couple years ago, won that game thanks to several miss catches, a lot of drop balls in that game. Tuttle had an opportunity to win that game late.
Yeah. So
should be a great game.
Cruz Campbell's going to have to find somebody to throw to in the Tuttle.
He'll have people to throw to.
Absolutely.
I really do though. I think again, early games.
Yeah.
So many things come into this. Conditioning being the biggest one probably.
Yeah.
I've never seen an out-of-shape Kelly BB football team, ever.
I don't think you will ever.
Yeah.
Right, and so I just really put a lot of I guess my confidence in that I think we'll be the better conditioned team when they step on the field. And again, you don't lose a McAdoo. Remember, this guy could play running back, wide receiver, quarterback, safety, punter. I mean, he was just Mr. Everything for them. And when it mattered, when they beat Guthrie in that last 26 seconds of the ball game last year, whatever it was, who caught the touchdown pass? McAdoo. He was the man.
Who threw it to him?
Cruz Campbell.
Okay.
Well, again, one more thing on the Blue Jays is that, again, that's why I like this senior group. They're coming back. You got Clayton Carpenter in the secondary.
DB,
He's going to lock people down. And again, the defense is so good. And you got Cade Barton as a sophomore last year off the edge was really, really good. He really caught a lot of eyes. He got some D1 offers in the offseason. He's going to be a junior this year. And I was at church this morning with him. He's still big.
Well, I can tell you,
about 25 pounds heavier.
I don't think Tuttle was able to get any positive rushing yards. Not very many teams get rushing and passing yards. That's why I think Tuttle passing the ball one-on-one. will have a chance.
Yeah, Clayton Carpenter will decide that game possibly for the Blue
Well,
Jays.
don't forget Davion back there. I mean,
Darion, yeah.
I'm sorry, Darion. Darion's a great young football player, and by the end of last year, was playing corner as well as anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an athlete.
It'll be fun. Guthrie Tuttle's going to be one of the top 10 games of the season.
Thursday night.
It's a Thursday night to begin the year, so I have a lot of respect for Tuttle, but it's a game that can go back and forth.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that, as we saw a year ago. It'll be fun. Be sure to check the High School Huddle for these kinds of conversations and a whole lot more every Wednesday night of the high school football season. We do it live, interactive on our YouTube channel. At High School Huddle, youtube.com, High School Huddle. Be sure to subscribe, like it, and follow us all season long right here on the High School Huddle. Best of luck to the Guthrie Blue Jays.